As a firefighter, it's important to size up the dangers you may face and the actions you might have to take to evade danger before you get into trouble. Develop an attitude of continuous hazard awareness. Don't ever assume that you or others are 100% safe while on the fire ground. Here are 6 key questions, a firefighter survival survey of sorts, that you should keep in mind as you arrive on the fire ground. Answering these questions will help you focus on doing your job efficiently and maximize your chances of going home in one piece. Number 1, what is the occupancy? Each type of occupancy contains its own potential hazards to firefighter safety, and knowing the occupancy we're going to tells us what our attitude should be at that particular alarm. There is no such thing as a simple rescue operation. These incidents have a tendency to go from bad to worse, so the RIT must be prepared to protect the victim in place while more resources are being sent to assist. Firefighter rescue is a lot different from the rescue of most civilians. All firefighters are full-grown adults and are further weighted down by turnout clothing and an SCBA that can get caught on obstacles. Wet bunker gear can add up to 35 pounds to a member's weight, as well as expand his profile, making movement through confined spaces even more difficult. Remember that for a trained firefighter to become trapped, conditions are likely to be very severe. So a successful rescue depends on having the manpower, training, tools, and techniques for the situation. How the victim is moved depends largely on fire conditions and the nature of his injuries. The techniques described in the remainder of this lesson are for use in very difficult fireground conditions. They require minimal equipment and setup time and are intended for life-saving steps under extreme circumstances. Once an unconscious firefighter is located and reached, rescuers should take the following steps. Assess the victim's breathing status. If he is breathing, check the remaining supply of air in his SCBA, and if necessary, put a fresh mask on him. This buys you time while you prepare to move him. The priority is to move the breathing firefighter to a more protected atmosphere without inflicting spinal injury. Another very difficult situation we may be faced with is removing an unconscious firefighter who has fallen through a floor or roof to a lower level. While rescuers should try as many routes to the victim as possible, the most direct route is often through the same opening the victim fell into. If space permits, a ladder could be lowered down the opening for rescuers to reach the victim. Otherwise, a member may have to rappel down or be lowered on a rope.